Alrighty. Kind of two things. Today's session will be a little bit shorter because Tony's been working really hard and needs to crash early. And it's been a couple of weeks since we played due to vacations and stuff. So last time we played, you guys had gone back to New York. You decided that you were going to try to dismantle or hack the main Sentinel mainframe. See if you could use that to your advantage to curtail the Sentinel activity or otherwise hamper them. A couple of problems cropped up. One, the Sentinel mainframe is underneath Fisk Tower, which has its own set of problems, and indicates that there is some level of cooperation between Fisk as the mayor of New York and the Sentinels, the government. But it also meant that it was heavily guarded. You guys made your way into the building through John's energy path capability, and were fairly quickly set upon by a couple of guards, which proved to be slightly more problematic than you anticipated, largely due to some shitty dice rolls. But they sounded the alarm, which brought the hand leader, the current Iron Fist, into the fray. A middle-aged woman named Maya Lopez, who proved to be an exceptionally formidable combatant.
Yeah, things went real south.
Things went real south real fast. You managed to extract yourself to the roof again via energy path. And realized that you're probably not going to have a better opportunity, so decided to push on, hoping that you could cause enough of a distraction on the roof to lead the guards up there and then energy path down into the mainframe area. Which you did. Had a little bit of time. We're super cautious because there were like 4 completed but not activated sentinels in the area where the mainframe was. Realizing you didn't have a whole heck of a lot of time, there wasn't a whole lot you could do, but you did manage to essentially fry the mechanisms that allow the sentinels to report back to the mainframe and to get updated data from the mainframe. So it doesn't stop the sentinels, but makes them considerably less dangerous because they can't communicate what they learn when they're fighting folks. Each sentinel is now its own self-contained database. So, if you fight one and it learns a little bit about you, as long as you manage to defeat that one, that information is not going to get out to any others. You've also learned that something is playing kind of loosey-goosey with the time stream. And although you rescued Magneto from his imprisonment, they managed to capture a younger version of Magneto and slate him in for the execution. You're not sure why or how or who. But the government is now publicizing the fact that this dangerous terrorist, Magneto, is scheduled for public execution at the rally, which will be happening in roughly a day. Putting you guys on a bit of a time crunch if you're going to try to rescue him. Other than that, you have secured yourselves a brand spanking new headquarters at Tony Stark's old lab/casino, and set up a series of relays and satellite phones to make up for the fact that the power grid does not extend all the way out between New York and where your hideout is, enabling you to travel back and forth fairly quickly and safely.
And I remain 4 inches tall.
And yes, during the fight with the Iron Fist, Pip shrunk down Buzzkill, and he's going to be that way for a little while.
Sorry. You'll get better.
I'm not even
Well,
bothered by this.
good.
You were always so small to begin with, it's hardly even noticeable.
Yes, as a real man, this does not affect my ego at all. I am not afraid of being 4 inches tall. I'm proud of my 4 inches.
And do a lot with 4 inches.
Oh dear God.
But we'll open up with you guys. I assume that you've gotten back to the casino and you can plot and figure out what you would like to do.
All right. Well, we should set some priorities, I think.
Wish I had a filter so I could make my voice sound like Alvin.
Thankfully you don't.
Next time, baby. I'm
That was one hell of a ride, eh?
Could have gone better, but we gained some advantage at the very least. It's worth something.
Yeah, I'm just not very eager to see her again. The punchy lady.
Hmm. I'm sure we'll run into her again, but if we keep her at range, perhaps it'll work out a little bit better.
Just gonna make sure she doesn't get how we work. As long as we can surprise her, it works. But she seems to learn fast.
She is very quick for a non-speedster.
Oh, if I got everything all right, I think we disabled the communication device. So if we want to act, we better do it in a timely manner before they fix that.
I agree. The question is, what is the target that we're looking for? To acquire young Magneto and free him, or to perhaps disable the Sentinels? Look into this senator.
If we free a young Magneto, do we just set him free upon the world? Because we don't have a way of bringing him back to his proper timeline.
Perhaps we do if we can reach out to the rebels. Cable may be able to return him. I'm not exactly sure. He was quite certain that messing with timelines was a bad idea, but maybe with it already messed up, it's not so bad.
It can't be worse than what we got right now.
I mean, if
Well,
sending him back changes the future, I'm ready to roll the dice, see what's happening.
Yeah, we rolled double ones. Let's if we got a free roll, let's roll again and see what we get. Can't be worse.
Well, okay, I'm gonna shut up on that, but yeah, just let's be careful. I'm not comfortable with it. Cannot be worse.
yeah,
Too much imagination to.
there's that.
Yeah.
In this particular matter, I feel that I must admit that I am a bit biased. If young Magneto dies before he can have his children, then I would cease to exist.
Oh, I mean, I'm willing to roll the dice to sending him back home and see if that change of future is seeing the timeline now. I would not let him die.
Maybe we keep young Magneto and send old Magneto back to the other place.
If we send young Magneto back home, maybe young Magneto seeing what the future holds will act differently. Though I'm not sure it's gonna be that good of a thing, but
Mm.
My expectation is that old Magneto will show up to his young Magneto's execution.
a good chance for that.
It'd be a
You
fool
think he's
not
gonna
to.
save himself?
Right now, I think we either need to think about rescuing young Magneto or trying to hit the people who brought him back from the timeline. Like, we either hit the symptom or the cause. Although I'm not sure exactly if we can find out exactly who brought him over, but maybe the senator is an option. I don't know.
Don't believe we have any intel on how he arrived here. Not that I recall, at least. Now, that said, it could be a mistake for all we know.
Well, we know that the governor is like mind controlling people, like on a large scale.
Yes, through the television and the radio.
Maybe he or someone close to him has the power to bring people back from the future. Like, I feel the person enacting those two power, like time travel and mind control on a massive scale, is two targets we should not push aside.
If I remember, the chaos that we're seeing here is being mimicked throughout the universe. Yes.
All right. You told me about the grand scheme of things. Well, someone is trying to make the world, the universe, more chaotic, like pushing everything to shit everywhere. Is that it?
Know any chaos gods?
Not personally.
And I think that particular problem is outside our pay grade. But as far as I could tell, we have two options. We can choose to try to grab the senator and have a conversation with him. Difficult, obviously, but potentially lucrative in intel. That said, he can control our minds, so that would be difficult. Times two. Alternatively, we opt to grab young Magneto, get him out of play, and see what happens during this event without their sacrificial lamb. That's my two thoughts, at least.
Do we want to act before they, like, do we want to snatch him out of a podium, or do we want to go, like, grab him before the event? And if we go before the event, do we want to do it, like, so close to the event that they open the door to bring him out and find out he's not there, or we might need to know a bit more about their plan if we want to do something like that.
I would think sooner the better, given that the Sentinels are hindered and may be repaired in the future. But again, I'm biased, so
I'm also for the sooner the better. I'm just afraid that if we steal them again, they're gonna take an even younger one from the past.
alternatively, we need to determine how they're doing that. And I'm not sure how we can even begin that research. Friday was not aware.
If we go save Magneto now, maybe he knows who got him from the past, and that could give us some information on who to hunt here and now.
Seems valid to me.
I'm not as scholar into mutant history, but would you think that young Magneto would be more eager to give us a hand?
Magneto's grandfather has always been very angry.
For good reason.
Depending on your view, yes.
Any time in history where his anger could have been channeled to help us?
He did spend some time with Xavier, is my understanding. It was a time that he was calm. Ish.
Ish.
Or
My grandfather is a very dangerous man.
yeah, I still think we should save him, and he's probably the only person who has the information we need who will be willing to talk. I can maybe push some people to steal information, but we need to get our hand on them, and ideally that would be people who would not be too powerful to resist my ability to make them spill the beans. Like, I would not try that against a telepath. If that makes any sense.
It does. Pip Bugseal, what do you think?
I have no opinion. I want to. I'm a gun. You point me the direction you want me to go. My approach would be to kind of follow Magneto's lead if I'm not following yours. So you better come up with a good plan.
A very small gun.
Well, 38's a small gun, but it still blows holes in cars.
Pip.
I mean, part of me kind of thinks that he's gonna save himself, wouldn't he?
Or maybe we want
I
to
mean,
save him before he saves himself.
because, I mean, granted, that would mean that there would be two Magnetos in one place, and that would be really bad, I'm sure. But, wouldn't that just make sense that he'd try to save himself?
It does seem likely. You understand the way he'll save himself is by killing everyone near his younger self.
Yeah, that's bad.
He might also give advice to his younger self, send him back to the past, and redo his thing back in the days instead of doing it now. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse.
So do we all think or agree that saving him and sending him back would make a better world now? Is that something we all agree on? Because I mean, right now it's pretty bad, and I don't know if it'll. I mean, how would it be worse? The only way it would be worse is if mutants are the only ones left, right? I mean,
How would
that's
that
not
be worse?
ideal. Hmm.
How would that be worse?
Well, I don't know if your parents were mutants or if my parents were mutants.
Neither do I.
Well, that kind of lends a certain bias, to borrow phrasing from, the big guy here.
There's billions of people on this planet that are not mutants.
Hmm. Chances are good. My parents were two of them.
All I can say is if our enemies are trying to do this public execution, then preventing them from doing so is probably a good thing.
Yes, that I agree with. Yeah.
Now, why they're trying to do this or what their
'Cause they're assholes.
end goal is, I don't understand. But regardless, we do have a window thanks to us disabling the signals.
Right,
I'm
but we
just
have no
trying,
way of sending him back.
possibly the rebel in face. I think you said someone there could send him back. Cable,
Nathan,
was
was it?
Nathan. Okay, Nathan. I'm just wondering if that Magneto is before or after they try to kill the president. because the future we saw might change his future's action.
Chris, have we seen a picture of young Magneto?
There was some news footage, but it was doctored so it looked like the Magneto that you're familiar with. But you guys managed to see through the deep fake technology that they used.
Right. So can I put an age on that particular Magneto?
Probably about a good 20-ish years younger.
So is that pre or that's actually post assassination?
It is.
Son of a bitch.
Not by a lot, but by enough.
Back in time, that won't change the assassination. Might change other things, but not that much.
What I'm struggling to understand is why. Why is it that they need this execution?
My theory
Why Magneto?
My theory stays the same.
They're
I
assholes.
think this is a trap, and they're trying to bait with Magneto someone that would come out of hiding only for Magneto. The only person that they could execute to get that person out of hiding would be Magneto.
I mean, he would save himself as opposed to anybody else.
Who else
Yeah.
would save him?
I mean, we're
Who-
talking
The
about it.
Brotherhood.
The question is, who would come for him but would not come for anyone else?
Who's your grandmother?
Even if we assume someone is dead, someone who we assume is dead might still be alive, and they're trying to lure it out of hiding.
Who is your
Wanda.
grandmother?
Wanda, I doubt would do it.
She might. My grandmother.
I think she's rumored to be dead, but
Who is Lodestone's grandmother?
She's long dead.
Yeah, you have no idea. You never met her.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, right?
He was dead before Magneto even before Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were teenagers, and long separated from Magneto before that. In fact, I think they were separated from Magneto when they were infants.
Now, if we're thinking about family, then it'd be Wanda perhaps would attempt to save Magneto, perhaps Quicksilver, probably Quicksilver.
Xavier's the only one I can think of that would, because I don't know even Quicksilver would do it.
Xavier's dead. Assassinated 25 years ago. Unless they're trying to pull him out and that was a hoax. I'm beginning to think we're not going to know unless we attempt something.
Well, we're not going to let a mutant get executed in national television, are we? No matter who it is. This could have been a Morlock. We'd still go to the rescue.
I agree.
Well,
If it was Quicksilver, we'd even go to the rescue.
he's a real asshole.
Ain't he, though?
Yeah, he is. Like, big time. Huge.
Quicksilver wouldn't allow grandfather to be assassinated.
Maybe they're asking for Quicksilver. Maybe
Well,
they're hoping
it'll
to
work
get
for a single speeder.
Well, I mean, he's kind of scary in addition to being an asshole.
That he is, and terrifically powerful, but he's not Wanda.
So maybe they're trying to get her.
I mean, if they're
As
trying to
far as
get
I know,
their
she's
hand,
dead.
if they're trying to get their hand on Wanda, if for some reason they do believe that Wanda's still alive, Magneto might be a good way of luring her out.
I mean, they don't seem to care which version of him they have.
Well, that's
Young,
the other
old.
thing that doesn't make any sense. Right? Like, if they have young Magneto, then old Magneto is still in play. He's still interacting with people.
Yep.
Presumably Quicksilver and people and the like.
Hmm.
We're missing something.
Who might be able to tell us what we're missing? Brody? I mean, he's old, but he knows stuff.
Well, Friday,
Yes.
we have a conundrum. Here's a pile of different factors that we've identified. Can you analyze this and see if there's a logical outcome or three that you might be aware of? So here's the last stuff we've done over the last 4 or 5 sessions.
Okay. Analyzing. 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 I have a 95% conjecture that it is not Magneto that's important. It is the execution of Magneto that is important.
To what end?
It might be just symbolic.
To what end, I do not know. Perhaps as a show of power to the thousands of people who will be watching.
I think we should save Magneto and look out if they're trying to execute someone else and trash that party too.
What did we find out about the senator? Like, what if it's just a personal thing? That the senator's got some weird connection to Magneto that we don't know about.
Could be possible.
I don't even know what
Nick
the
Fury?
senator looks like or what his name is.
Trying to remember. Going down through my notes. And did Nick Fury know all these people back in the day? He's
I
old
would
as
expect
hell.
so.
Everybody.
So he might have an idea about why or how or why, really. Senator McCafton.
Don't ring a bell to me.
I mean, it doesn't ring a bell to me either, but that's because I'm not as old as dirt. And Nick Fury is. And so's Friday, kinda.
It's a very good idea, though, but Friday might know, right?
Yeah, Friday, is there a connection between Senator McCafton and Magneto?
Senator McGafton is the one responsible for dedicating resources to his capture.
Well, yeah.
Perhaps previous to that, is there anyone in his family that would have run into him or the Brotherhood?
Nothing in my records.
Any of his family that has been killed by a mutant.
Oh, those numbers are extensive.
What? For Senator McCafton?
No, numerous humans have been killed by mutants. Numerous humans hold grudges.
Right, but McCafton's just one person.
He may have had extended family that were killed.
Maybe.
I think John has it best. We'll need to speak to this Magneto before we can learn much more.
Young or old?
Young.
Find out how he got here.
Well, I know how he got here. And ensure that it's actually him.
Sure.
You
I mean, it's not like
you might have seen the face of whoever captured him. You might know who's traveling through time to grab him.
they might have overheard, or he might have overheard somebody say something, like, pretending to be unconscious or something like that. Pretending to be mind controlled.
Whoever they are, they're very, very dangerous. They can overpower Magneto. They can overpower all of us.
Okay, so back in the prison thing, he was just sitting there. What if it's him?
They don't
Maybe-
follow.
So he wasn't terribly upset about the idea of, sitting there in this prison cell thing. He wasn't trying to get out or anything. I mean, we let him out because we're, I don't know, good people, really stupid. Either one. But, I mean, they caught him once, and what if he's behind them catching him again?
Could it be my McGaffin or his associate mind controlling him to just surrender?
Possibly. I think there's too many unknowns.
They'll just tell us how he got here, though. Maybe it was magic.
And we don't even know it's him.
How did we deduce that it was younger him?
I believe I cracked the television feed and removed a deep fake. But that doesn't mean it's him. It just means it's somebody that looks like him.
A lot like him.
Looks like younger him.
A lot like younger him.
That's a lot of hoops to jump through.
Uh-huh.
And I believe we're getting into the rabbit hole.
Having a shapeshifter that looks like old M deep fake on TV. At that point, I'm all for kicking down the door of his cell and asking M questions.
Do we even know where he's being held?
You do, yes. There's like a holding complex underneath Madison Square Gardens.
Oh, right. Well, if nothing else, let's take a look.
Okay. John, I'm guessing, can get us in there, like, the sneakiest. Other than me shrinking everybody down. But, I mean, Buzzkill's pretty tiny already. I probably shouldn't shrink him anymore.
Can I get us
Maybe
pretty
even harder.
close?
Sorry, what, John?
Well,
At your size, Buzzkill, with the speed at which you're flying, you're gonna be approximately a bullet.
Yeah.
You just need to find your tiny pointy helm.
I mean, when I'm tiny and I go just running at somebody and smack into them, they, scream like I've just twisted their whatever.
I can't wait to try that.
You can fly.
pressure is all about that pounds per square inch, and when you're very small, it does a lot of damage to bone and flesh.
It is. Yeah, it's a lot of per square inch.
I did
It's a
leave
lot
the
of force.
orphanage at 15 because I wanted to learn physics.
Well,
Perhaps you should. It would change your attitude.
yeah, I don't know about that. But if John can get us in, and you're already tiny, I can shrink down. Then it's really just John and Lodestone who have to, tiptoe and sneak. Unless you guys want me to shrink you too.
Well, I will stay very large, thank you.
Yeah, I thought you might. Chicken. It's not that bad, right? It's not that bad.
Lizard.
Right, because people can tell the difference. I mean, when you look at like dinosaur stuff, it's not that bad, Buzzkill, right? Right?
I gotcha.
Back me up, buddy.
I gotcha.
You'll get big again.
All right, little ones, let's gather up. John, see if you can get us somewhat close, but far enough away that we won't be detected.
Yep.
Just think
I'll
about
keep
how long.
my detection of the sentinel up, so I know where they are when we pop up. And if absolutely necessary, I'll create a commotion somewhere else, so they go there. I'll up and I'll bring us to Madison Square Garden.
Oh, I'm sure this is a trap.
Yeah, probably.
You think they're doing all this, staging all this to get us? I don't
No,
think
it's
so.
a trap for someone else, but it's a trap nonetheless.
Nick Fury, maybe.
All right. So I'm going to need, if you guys are energy pathing to Madison Square Gardens, I'm going to need John to actually make an energy path roll.
Well, not directly in the park, just very close by, because I don't see exactly what I'm doing when I'm energy padding.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you're just going nearby, then you don't have to worry about rolling.
Now, I'm not going straight into it, because we need to assess the place first, and I assume I cannot just pop into the prison.
You cannot. It is shielded.
Which makes sense. Well, I'll bring us close by, somewhere covered, and we can try to find an entrance.
Sewers must connect in here somewhere, right?
I mean, me and Buzzkill could hide in somebody's backpacks. Or,
Pockets.
I can aim for,
kind of big for pockets. I mean, he's kind of big for pockets. I can be smaller than that. I'd fit in a pocket. But in a lunchbox or pizza box or coffee cup.
something for sewer or for metro tunnels close by if we want to be like out of sight.
Be a log with tiny, tiny legs.
Well, I'm in the armor. I could put a backpack on the armor, but that would probably be strange.
I can carry the small people if they need to be carried. It's fine.
I mean, Tony's a genius, but the armor doesn't have pockets.
Weird, right? Crazy. Always build pockets in.
And let's start at the ground and make our way and see what we could see.
Okay.
So as close as I can, and we will flirt from there.
Sure.
Good with you? And when I'm closer, I can assess the presence of Sentinel close by. Keep the device that hides us from Sentinel, just in case.
Oh yeah, we'll bring that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Onward. No.
All right. So you zip through the energy system that you guys have established. You get to New York. You get part way into it, and you know that there are some not functioning subways, but at least there's some areas down there that still have power flowing through them. You know, kind of beware the third rail sort of thing. And you pop out in a abandoned subway tunnel. Not entirely sure where you are. You know, you're somewhere in the vicinity of Madison Square Garden, and your helmet immediately lights up with like pinging sentinels around. Within like the 1 mile or so that the helmet picks up, there's probably 8.
Are they above ground or underground?
You guys are below ground in the subway tunnel. The sentinels are above ground.
Okay. We better stay close and be discreet. I feel like 8 of them in the 1 mile radius.
I've been taking
Well,
lessons.
slow and steady.
Yeah.
Can you get a bearing on exactly where we are? Because comparison to where the prison is.
advancing.
With the scanner of the armor, can I try to pinpoint on what side of Madison Square Garden we are?
You're probably about 7 or 8 blocks from it.
Like 7 or 8 blocks southeast of Madison Square Garden.
Should look for one that's not.
All right, little ones, just climb on me and we'll make our way over. You're not going to walk in some of this stuff and being so small.
I can fly.
If you prefer to be sparkly, then I suppose so.
Well, tiny and sparkly is less distracting than large and lizardy.
Well, the larger lizard is going to be there at some point anyway. But in the sewer, I mean,
there's plenty of large lizards in these subway tunnels.
yeah, New Yorkers are used to big lizard in the subway. Kind of a branding of the city.
Let's see what we can see, shall we?
Let's over and see if we can find something that connects. Well, let's stay close together.
So as you start to make your way through the sewers in a rough direction of the garden, I mean, Madison Square Gardens is, to the best of my knowledge, like roughly central to Manhattan. So you find periodically when you're like, okay, we should take this path, and that path is blocked off. And oh, well, maybe we can go around this way. And that path is blocked off. It seems it's very deliberate that anything leading to within about a block or so of the gardens has been truncated.
What's it blocked off by?
Basically, it looks like it's just a shitload of like rubble and debris and other assorted. Basically almost like they collapsed part of the tunnel and just used like the cement and everything to kind of block it off.
Well, I mean, we can clear one of those tunnels, though, right?
You can certainly try.
I will certainly try.
Give me a intuition roll.
I'm good at that. Good.
You only need a green, so.
40.
That should be well in the green for you.
For fantastic, yeah.
So yeah, as you start to move some of this rubble and stuff out of the way, there are wires in amongst the rubbles, and you kind of carefully kind of move some things aside, and it's not just that they've collapsed it, but they've also mined it. Like, this is deliberate. This is not like an accidental collapse. This is deliberate to attempt to keep people out.
What kind of weirdos mind shit?
Bad guys, I think. Chris, how difficult do I think it would be just to make a very small hole for everyone to make their way through?
How big of a very small hole?
Let's assume Pip can shrink us. Yeah.
That you could do without problem.
God damn it.
You might be somebody's dinosaur toy yet.
No, but you could.
Well, I think the only way through these particular tunnels, Pip, is if you make us small and please, just temporarily, if you could.
Are you serious? Really?
You're so excited.
Really? I know. You've heard him say no? He is adamant. I will try to make it temporary. I mean, I can't guarantee it'll be temporary, but it'll probably be temporary. How temporary? It's kind of iffy.
Just do what you have to do. I'm already upset.
Alrighty. I'm going to try to shrink John and Lodestone.
Okay.
I will not spend karma on it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because I'm only hoping for a green. And I don't know if my dice will know what I'm doing yet. So we'll do John first.
Okay.
35.
What's your reason?
Remarkable, I think.
I think so.
Yes, it is. It is remarkable.
Perfect. All right. So I'll say that that'll shrink them for like a number of rounds equal to your reason rank. So, about 26 rounds. So like 2 minutes. Because it was a white result. So.
Okay, I'll do it to Lodestone next.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That is also only about 2 minutes.
And we'll scamper through.
Run,
Okay.
run!
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, it's a little bit disconcerting to kind of have to adjust your perceptions to being like 6 inches tall instead of 6 feet tall. And as you kind of shrink down or everything else grows, you can make your way past the barrier without incident.
That's very unlike us.
Mm.
But yeah, it does seem like as you make your way through, there are there's not so much explosives here that it's going to stop somebody who's like superhumanly tough. But it would probably put a damper in some of your guys' day for sure.
Yeah, I think we're aiming for quiet.
Yeah. And yeah, with that you can kind of bypass this, and it's a fairly thick barrier. It's probably like 8 or 9, maybe 10 feet of just like rubble and debris and everything interlaced with like some explosive charges. But in your shrunk form, you kind of get through to the other side, and then like another couple of seconds, and you guys pop back to the proper size. Thankfully, it didn't happen while you were inside the debris.
That would have been a problem.
That would have been really uncomfortable.
But the rest of your way, the rest of the way to the area around Madison Square Garden is clear. It looks like they blocked off the obvious entrances, but they didn't like completely backfill in the tunnels or anything of that nature.
They didn't dump cement into the rubble
No.
and like really seal it off.
No. It looks like they made, like government contractors, right?
Lowest bid.
Lowest bid got the job. And, it's safe to assume that Fisk probably skimmed quite a bit off the top, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys can get up to...
God bless you, Steve.
You guys can get your way up to Madison Square Gardens.
Look at you, Lodestone. You lived through it. You're not shrinky anymore.
You did a very good job, Pitt. I'm proud of you.
I know how to do things.
No one claimed you didn't.
Yes. I don't have like a city map with Madison Square Gardens on it, but we'll just own a city map so that you guys know you're not in the casino currently. But yes, the tunnels do continue into underneath what you presume to be Madison Square Gardens. But they are definitely secured. There's like some cameras here and there that you can see. Lodestone, with your superhuman intuition, you can pick up the little like high pitched buzz of infrared lasers. Like these tunnels are definitely watched and secured to some extent.
The helmet adds some detection of human and mutant life signs. Do I feel the presence of people underground, or is that blocked off?
No, you can feel the presence of many people. The rally's not for another day or so, but that doesn't mean like there's not other activities happening. So there's a bunch of normal human people running around. There are, like I said, probably about 8 sentinels in the 1 mile radius of the helmet. The only mutant signatures that you're picking up, though, you are picking up 1.
Is it
That
underground?
means the senator's not here.
Triangulating it, yes, it would be underground.
Okay, so the prison underground complex is approximately in that direction.
Yep.
If it's Magneto and not the senator.
But either one it is, we have question for him.
True. Yep. Fair. Can you get us there, or are we running through the maze of laser lights and cameras and stuff? Because I can shrink you guys down again.
I can bring us to places. It's easier if I can see where I'm bringing us, but at some point I won't be able to bring us further because they've isolated the complex. I can just zap us in, but if I have a wire I can see the beginning and end of, I can zap through it, like move us from this point to that point. But I don't see infrared laser thingy, so I need a concrete place to bring us. I mean, technically we could ride on the laser.
Wouldn't that just slam us into a wall?
Exactly. That's not a good destination, but it's a path.
But there is a camera, and the camera must lead somewhere.
Security office. Not necessarily here.
We might end up somewhere else, but we will end up at whoever's looking at the camera.
I mean,
I
either
use that
way,
with
that's a
phone
win. Yeah.
I use that with phone call, but I mean, if we do that, the alert will be given fast after that. But that's an option.
It may be possible that we could. Well, no, we can't avoid the cameras.
I mean, we can if we're small enough. Just saying. John doesn't seem to think he wants to be shrunk again.
How many cameras are we talking, Chris?
There's like one, and then like further down you see the glint of another one. Like they're spread out a fair bit.
Lowest bid.
Yeah, and just in the tunnels you can see two, but there might be more further down or like around a corner or something.
So we're gonna have to pass by a bunch of them, though.
At least two.
You can just travel on the wires, right, John?
Yep, that's
Like
what
travel.
I do.
Okay.
Like over there at the end of the tunnel, I can bring us there because I know the wires run the wall over there. Like it's easy to bring us to a point that I know where wires are going and where I know when I see stuff. Is that if there's another camera on the other corner, it might spot us when we pop there.
Mm.
Or I can jump through the camera feed and go to wherever that feed is going. We can neutralize the guard or the system and go on from there. We might be inside the prison or we might be somewhere else. Thing is, if we do that, we then done stealth. But I know that stealth might not be our best quality.
Right, but if we get there, okay. So if we go through the wiring to the security room,
Yep.
then theoretically, wouldn't they be watching his cell? Which means that we could travel from there to his cell.
Once
what I
we're in
was
the
thinking.
security room, we should be able to see whatever else the camera is watching and go to one of those places. Yeah.
The question is what kind of security they have when we arrive.
When we start doing that, we just need to start moving fast because the alert will be given fast and like there's 8 sentinel in a 1 mile radius. They will be here fast. The good thing is, as long as we're in the tunnels, they don't have much place to move.
And you can get us back quickly if you had to.
That's the only idea I've
I
got.
don't think it's as fast as you do, so I might take the wrong decision. But if I see too much danger, I'll just bring us back somewhere else. So we can think about what we're doing, take a decision, and go back.
That works for me.
That's what I did when we were at the 5th tower. Like, we were overwhelmed. I brought us somewhere else. We could regroup, take a decision, and do it.
Well, hopefully this time we won't have our asses kicked.
I hear it.
So
That'd be nice.
We could, I'd like that. So what about we try we go to the security station, neutralize whoever's there, and then go to one of the camera feeds We can try to neutralize whoever's there before they set the alarm, and then try to use the camera feed to go wherever we need to go.
All right.
Probably the inside of the cell will be mutant dampened, so it might not be the best idea to just warp into the cell.
Yeah, because then we won't be able to get out again.
Yep.
Well, let's do one thing at a time and see what's waiting for us on the other side.
Maybe they'll have a binder that says "Big Evil Plan."
Fingers crossed.
Oh, girl can dream.
All right, so you guys are going to jump into the camera?
Yep. If everyone's ready, I'm gathering everyone up, and we're using the camera to get to the place where the camera feed's going.
I will be tiny.
I will not.
I think I'll stay the same size I am right now.
But
I will
just think
be in
about
an
how
armor.
long that can of peaches is going to last you now.
Good point.
There's always a bright side.
That was the bright side, huh?
Well, I mean, it's the only one I've got at the moment.
Imagine the
Yeah,
cobbler. You could eat that cobbler for days.
You have the
You could
same mass and you burn the same calories, so
You can literally swim in coffee for, the cost of a
did
cup
that
of
one.
coffee. As opposed to, having to get a babe kiddie pool.
now I want a kiddie pool full of coffee.
Did that one. Yeah. There's a spa in Japan where you can go into a spa full of coffee. They also got one full of beer, one full of tea, and one full of wine. So choose your poison.
Good God. I'd smell like coffee for days. It'd be great.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, sure you would. Right.
Welcome to the beer pool.
I wouldn't want to stain my clothes in the wine pool.
Ugh. Wine's gross anyway.
All right. So you guys pop out into a fairly well appointed security office. It's the same map that we used last time, but I only have so many office maps.
Yeah.
Shocking.
But yeah, you guys kind of pop out near the security desk. There's a guy watching the monitors. Like, oh shit!
Hi.
Sorry to be a bother.
Not talking, hitting.
We're just passing through.
It's be a bad anti-EMP, right?
We still need the camera to get where
It's
we need to
temporary.
go.
It's a perfect time to EMP.
I will.
I
pump
mean, we
EMP.
do want to use the camera to get to the cell.
If we need to know which wires to ride.
Just give me 5 seconds to analyze the monitor to spot where we need to go.
1001, 1002, 1030.
Let's do a withdrawal before the EMP so I can check on the camera. We have one of the screens filming in a cell. Before someone knocks out the security guard, we just got a big surprise.
All right. So you guys just kind of pop out. I guess declarations.
I'm going to hold my action, so I go last, unless there's. I want to go. If I win initiative, I want to go before the humans, of course. But I want to go last on our team, and I want to hit the MPA.
Okay.
I'm gonna check on the screen of the camera to see if I can spot the cell room, and if needed be, push the guy away and use his computer to locate the cell room to the camera,
Okay.
so I can eventually prepare to fire us there. even if everything shuts down. The wires should still be there.
Okay.
Pip, can you get to 4?
Get the what?
Can you get to number 4?
Theoretically?
If you take 4, I'll take 2.
Can I get to number 4, Chris?
Yep.
Excellent. Yes. Zoom.
Okay, and I'm going to grapple number 2.
Okay. Perfect. We won't roll initiative because you guys surprised them, and you get +2 column shifts for attacks because you are blindsiding them, basically.
I'm waiting for a sentence of appearing.
Right.
Sorry, just passing through. Nah.
Right. So we may as well do Lodestone and Pip first.
Okay, mine's really easy. Move up here, strength check, I assume.
Fighting.
Fighting.
Wait, no. Grappling is strength.
Base amazing.
Okay.
I'm going to spin comma. Ooh, roll 20.
Oof. So you can get a partial grab on him for 36 karma. Or you can get a full grab on him for 71 karma.
Ouch. No, I spend a 36.
Okay. So as you lunge for him, he kind of like moves to the side a little bit, but you like kind of grab one of his arms.
Does that still cause damage?
No.
Okay.
May as well do Pip.
Yep, I'm rushing the guard in the back. And I will be spending karma to try to hit cop number 4.
Oh, Tony, it would have only cost you 31 karma. I forgot the 2 column shifts for taking him by surprise. Pip goes bounding across.
So 75.
The 2 column shifts and then the speed. That is a yellow.
Nice.
So yeah, you charge into him for a bunch of damage. Oh, that he can't take. So yeah, you go bounding across, gonna leap off his desk and like, punch him in the throat and he drops.
Yep. And around. Because I ran right past cop number 3.
Yeah. Okay. John, I'll get you to give me a let's call this a intuition roll. Because you're just kind of quickly scanning the monitors to find the right one.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it works.
It's a good roll.
That's a good roll.
My intuition is incredible.
Incredible. Perfect. So that's a yellow. That's plenty. So yeah, you kind of quickly scan through the various feeds, and there is one. It doesn't show Magneto, but it does show a cell door.
Okay, good.
And then Buzzkill. You like hit the EMP power. Everything goes dark.
When I find it on the screen, I'll look at Buzzkill and make him a quick nod.
All right, cool. No roll necessary.
No. It's a certain intensity of EMP. So if you're trying to like specifically jam like Sentinel communications or something, I'd make you roll. But this is just like baseline computer equipment. It is highly susceptible to EMP.
Shouldn't have got your UPS at Staples.
All right, and I guess declarations for the next round.
I'm going to throw cop number 2 at cop number 3.
Okay.
Because it's a comic book game. Might as well.
If he's gonna throw cop number 1 at cop number 2, 3, I'm gonna shoot at the pile.
Okay.
Like,
What's cop up to?
Okay. Buzzkill and Pip.
Did anybody get cop number 1?
It's all yours.
Theoretically, I can get there unless I have to go through this door.
You have to go through the door. Well, you can try to go through the wall. It's an option.
Well, it's still one zone. 1, 2.
Yep.
So yeah, I can still get there. Sure, I'm going after cop number 1.
Okay. Buzzkill.
I'll do a charging attack. Because I can fly, right? I should be able to hit either one of them. What, 3 doesn't look like anybody's touching them?
Yep. Well,
Someone's getting thrown at him.
yeah. Lodestone is like winding up to throw the guy that he grabbed at that
Alright.
guy.
So what about 6?
6. Yeah, you can like fly through the bathroom door and hit the guy in the John.
There's 2 people in the John, right?
There is.
And they probably look giant to me. How about I use Karma and try to hit both of them?
Okay. If you want to attack both, you have to make a fighting feat roll.
Can I spend Karma on both?
You sure can.
I'm fighting his first, because I forget I never use it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I can do that. I spent a lot of Karma there.
Yes, you did.
I see I'm rolling like I didn't roll last time I played this game.
Probably won't change the roll, but we should roll for initiative too, right?
You do your. You're supposed to do all of like your kind of pre-combat rolls before you do initiative.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, we always forget, but that's how it's supposed to work.
Okay.
You just need to find the intensity of the fighting feat required. To make 2 attacks is a remarkable intensity feat. What's your fighting?
Remarkable.
So you would need a yellow.
I have lots of Karma, though.
So you need to spend 58.
Ouch.
I'll spend it.
Okay, perfect. All right.
That's fine.
And then we will roll initiative. Oh, come on. We can do this, guys. Nope. All right.
You can.
I'd just like to note that, Tony, you rolled the same on a D10 as I rolled on a D100.
That's the thing with percentile-based systems, right?
That is so
Very
bad.
swiggy. Very swiggy.
Exact same roll.
All right. But you guys are up first.
Well, go get him, Buzzkill. You're beating up people in the toilet.
All right. I'm also spending karma on this one.
Okay.
That's better.
Oof. What's your energy sheath power? Excellent.
Yes.
That is a yellow.
I got to spend at least 10 on it, right?
You do. If you spend 12, that'll put it into red.
Let's spend 12. What's 2 points?
So that is a possible stun. Oh, come on, you with your typical endurance, I'm sure you can make this roll.
This is why the Iron Fist beats us up. We drop like 1,000 karma on minions.
Get him done quick, right?
Makes a lot of sense.
Remember how
Actually.
much bullets
In this
hurt in
game. In this game, it matters, right?
The first guy does not quite drop, but he's like just kind of like he is confused and he is stunned. Yeah, for 3 rounds. And then you continue on and plow into the other guy, make another fighting or charging attack.
Pardon me? Yeah, it's the same. I thought one roll did both. I'll roll the other.
No,
I'll also spend karma.
separate rolls. That's a green. If you spend the minimum of 10, it's still a green. If you spend 25 more, it's a yellow.
On the 25.
All right. So he is possibly slammed. Right. So yeah, so you bounce off the first guy and you slam into the second guy. You kind of like bounce him off the back wall. He drops.
Awesome. That's how you do it.
No one could see it, but look good in the
You
comic.
heard a lot of thumping in the bathroom.
Yeah,
How about a courtesy flush?
yeah, you guys just see like this little like firefly like thing just zip right by you, and then there's like some thrashing sounds from the bathroom.
Not gonna ask.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
Oh, Lord Jesus, my shoe.
Right.
I'm gonna go charging toward cop number 1.
Okay.
So it'll be through 3 zones, spending karma.
Expensive karma.
Oh,
The good news is you only need to spend a 13 to hit him.
Probably enough.
sure. I'll just spend the 13. Actually, yeah, I'll spend 13.
So yeah, you like slam into the guy, kind of knock him ass over tea kettle over the coach. The coach like flips over on its end. He lays there unmoving. Little Tweety birds around his head.
It is a comic book after all.
All right. These are the John and Lodestone.
Well, I will attempt to throw cop number 2 at cop number 3.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna attempt to shoot them while they fight.
That is an agility check.
Okay, I will spend karma. Because apparently that's what we're doing. 89. Agility is incredible.
89 is too shy of a red result.
I don't think I need a red.
So that is a hit.
My strength is amazing.
So yeah, you throw one guy into the other, they both kind of collapse in a heap. That's pretty much it. There's one guy that's left here you guys can finish off quite easily. He has 2 health remaining and he's stunned for 3 rounds.
Zap.
More Firefly. Well, I suppose that could have gone worse.
Yeah. Coulda. Didn't, thankfully. All good.
And everybody gets 24 karma. 24 spendable and 24 banked. But yeah, you guys make very quick work of these guards that you took completely by surprise while they were just minding their own business. Kind of look over, you see there's a picture on the desk of, a guy with like his kid at some sort of fishing tournament.
Pity.
Well, you'll live long enough to do that again.
Sorry, guys, just passing through.
Well, let's gather them up and lock them in the bathroom, make sure they're disarmed and all that stuff. Buzzkill, how long do you expect these computers to be down?
Well, I spotted where we needed to go, so I can get us there. Probably need to reboot all that thing before it works again. Did you fry it or just turn it off?
Yeah, they'll be offline for probably 3 or 4 minutes.
The more we can gather here while we have the opportunity, the better. Let's secure the place and see what we can get from the computers.
Do we want to go just straight up to the cell, or do we want to wait for the thing to reboot?
I think I'd rather wait for it to reboot. We might get some information here.
Well, I'll be ready to wipe us over there if anybody ends up coming by. I mean, or a little operation might have attracted some attention, even if the cameras are down, or because of the cameras are down.
Okay.
So I keep a hand on the computers, or the wire for the camera, so I can wipe us to the cell I've seen if at any sign of like major occurrence.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, a couple minutes pass. The lights come back on. The computer does not reboot.
Press the power button.
Okay. It beeps several times. It does not start.
Can I determine why?
Yes, because an EMP wipes the hard drive. This computer has... It's a box now.
What, we're in the 80s?
Not in the 80s, but you're in a comic book.
Get you.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, the operating system on the computer is fried.
I'm an engineer. I'll pull out the hard drive because it probably still has info on it.
Okay. Yeah, it'll have some. I mean, this is like kind of the main server for... I mean, that's how you guys got here, so...
Yeah, it's comic book logic, but...
Yep. You'll probably be able to get something off it.
So is that camera to the cell hardwired?
Yes.
Where the hell are we? Can we even tell that?
You would guess you're someplace in the gardens.
Must be fairly close, right?
Yeah, it is. It's fairly close. You would guess. I mean, like when they repurposed Madison Square Gardens for this arena / rally point and so on and so forth, that the cells. Well, you guys found out last time that the cells are where the athletes used to, like the locker rooms and stuff. So, yeah, you would guess that you're probably like, 50, 60 feet relatively straight down to where the cell area is.
How close can you get us, John?
I can get us in front of the door. One of the cameras was filming the door, so I can get us to that camera.
Right. I expect that the opposition will be a little more fierce when we arrive, but let's continue the good work.
Completely.
If we appear and I feel that there is a anti-mutant field where we appear, I might blink us back somewhere else. Just so we're not stranded there with no option to leave.
Like,
Just try not to shrink me. I'm not a big fan.
I'm not shrinking. I'm moving. Basically, I just turned off into. I would be complicated to explain, but basic electrons, and we accompany the data and the electricity. My wife was way better explaining this than I was. Oh, ready?
Okay.
Let's roll.
And I zap us to the camera that was filming the cell door.
Okay, perfect.
I just want to point out we had a fight and didn't get our asses kicked.
And henchmen that we surprised.
I'm still saying we actually want to fight. I mean, it's been a struggle.
Well, it's our coming of age story. This is the comic book where we learn to be superhero. So we gotta win some.
Perfect. So yeah, so you zap out in this this little bit of a corridor. There's a door in front of you.
Can we see past that door?
No, you cannot.
What's that door made of?
The door is made out of like metal, iron, probably.
So relatively easy for me to get rid of.
Yep.
Anybody in sight when we appear?
No, you do not see anybody.
And do I detect the mutant behind the door?
Yes.
My helmet tells me the mutant is over there. Point at
Can
the door.
your helmet tell you anything more? Like who it is, how old they are?
Let me try to focus on that point and see if I can get more data. I'm gonna try to focus with the helmet, see if the helmet can give me any more data than that.
It does not. You can basically determine mutant, human, animal, plant.
Okay. So yeah, just that it's a mutant. That's the limit of the helmet.
What's the
closest human to us right now?
There are some humans above in the complex.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like there's any guards or anything on this level.
Okay. Either sedated in there, or he is power dampened. If not, that door wouldn't be made of metal. Just saying.
I agree.
So yeah, you can force that door open. Maybe force it open in a way you can shut it back if we need to. If it's not what we expect behind it.
All right. So I will move up.
Okay.
And I will grab that door from the non-hinge side and see if I could just brute force it.
Okay. You will need to make a green strength roll.
Green. That's
Yep.
strong door.
It is incredible material strength.
That won't do it.
Nope. Although when you grab it and you start to pull, immediately. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do here.
Siren time.
Oh no.
Yes, a bunch of red lights come on.
Is that something you could first with Buskill? Oh, it's too late. They know
Shot.
we're here.
I'll give it a shot.
All right. So declarations, I guess.
I want to EMP as hard as I can to take out all of Madison Square Garden if possible.
All right.
Wow.
EMP the fuck out of that place, coming for a 4-hit power plan.
It's a very Kyberson thing to say.
And really, they don't know that we're here because we just took them out.
Well, the alarms just went off.
They are all locked in a bathroom right now.
Yeah. Someone is gonna is anybody's gonna do anything about that alarm in like 5 or 10 minutes?
And Sentinels are it, so let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
All right. So Buzzkill is going to set up a.
As big as I can. If there's sentinels flying around Madison Square Garden, I want to hit them too.
All right.
Let's take out like 4 city blocks if possible.
Okay. All right. Pip, what would you like to do?
Lodestone couldn't open the door, right?
Right.
Do you want me to try to ram it?
No.
No? Okay.
Crank it.
No, you.
Do you want me to try to crawl under it?
Crank it.
Just, yes. Shrinking might work. The trouble with your charging attacks is eventually you're going to run into something that's more dense than you are. And then you're
door that the big guy
going,
It's
your
very
spine
kind
is
of you
going
to
to
say.
shatter.
Still kind of you to say that there's stuff out there more dense than me. I will shrink the door, though.
Have you met Buzzkill?
Oh.
Chris, I will evade any attacks coming from inside that room.
Okay.
Because I expect the trap.
Okay.
Or at the very least, a really annoyed occupant. One or the other.
If that's Magneto, this door didn't stop him. So.
Yeah. All right. And what would John like to do?
We'll set up with energy solidification a barrier protecting us
Okay.
from stuff coming from one or the other side of the hallway. Like, I don't know if someone's gonna pop up from behind us or pop up from the front, but I'm making a bubble.
Okay. Perfect. Roll some initiative.
Oh. Oh my God, we lost initiative.
You did lose initiative.
I think that's the second time since we played this game.
Yeah. So behind you, you hear a bamf sound, and very quickly another bamf sound.
Oh, Nightcrawler.
Well, teleporter.
Yeah.
And
We're
then
the only ones zapping around.
from back here, let's see this. Oh, incredible. Oh, only a 22. That is a miss. But from back here, in the shadows given off by the warning light, these tendrils whip down the hallway, and they are like sharp edged and pointy, and they just narrowly miss Buzzkill.
Whoa.
Hell is that?
And Buzzkill, when you look back, you just see kind of like darkness, and then your eyes kind of adjust ever so slightly, and you see like this like razor sharp, like Cheshire cat grin.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's bad.
You guys are up with your declared actions.
Is there a teleporter being possessed by a symbiote? Because I'm not feeling alright.
No, there was a teleporter who brought the symbiote here and then went off to get others.
I don't think
Huh.
he's feeling right either.
That was the two bamf sounds that you heard. Was a bamf in and a bamf out.
Ah, the bamf and the bamf out. Okay. Just assume that, like,
Just gonna drop off a little carnage here.
in the world we live in, I mean, someone could get a symbiote and be a mutant underneath.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and most importantly, John, whatever that is down the hallway, your helmet's not picking it up at all.
Oh, it's not detecting him.
Error.
It's not a mutant, it's not an animal, it's not human, it's not there.
All right, you guys. I believe Pip was going to go shrink a door.
Yes, indeed. Or at least I'm gonna try.
Shrinking. You're actually going to need a red result.
I'll spend karma on that.
Okay.
No, my dice caught on.
So that is going to be 54 karma.
No problem.
But yeah, Pip like puts her hands up on the door, and the door just kind of shunk and then klong as it falls onto the ground since it's no longer supported by anything. And inside you do see what looks like Magneto, like a younger version of Magneto. Seems to be heavily sedated and is wearing an inhibitor collar.
24 hours to go. Want to be sedated.
So the question was, he sedated or dampened? The answer was yes.
So Lodestone, you're going defensive.
Yes, I'll continue to dodge.
Okay. John, you throw up your energy sheath just in case.
Yep. A little wall to protect us.
So you were dodging Lodestone?
Yeah, no effect. Sweet.
Okay, perfect. And Buzzkill, you're trying to shut down a whole bunch of power here.
Yeah, and I'm throwing a lot of karma at it too.
Perfect, because you will need a red result. Oh, that's not terrible.
I got my calculator up.
You will need to spend 41.
Done.
Poof. So yeah, so there's like this outward flash of power.
And
And everything goes dark.
except me. So I can be a target for everybody.
Technically, my energy qualification is electricity and data and stuff like that, so it's probably shine a bit.
All right, you put the bubble up.
Yep, I did a bubble. Because I didn't know if something was gonna just attack us from the darkness, from one side or the other. Turns out, yes.
There's a lot of yeses going on today.
Yep. Left from one side to the other, finally.
All right, so yeah, it goes dark except for the energy the buzzkill is giving off, and the solidified energy sheath.
Crap, I can't see any of it.
I'm gonna try power stunt next. If I survive, because I'm the only one that thing's gonna attack.
All right.
Fortunately, I'm harder to hit now.
You're so big.
Declarations, I guess.
I'm gonna power stunt and light the room up like a firefly on steroids
Okay.
with my energy sheath.
Alrighty. What would Lodestone, Pip, and John like to do?
I think I'm gonna open a door in my energy field in the back where Magneto is, so I can go fit them.
Okay.
So I'm keeping the bubble up, but I'm making a space for me to cast Magneto and bring him back in.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Pip and Lodestone.
I'm completely blind, so I'm going to continue to dodge.
Okay.
I'm tiny, so I'm gonna run into the room.
Can't even see the room.
Yeah, I know. But my legs are really short, and I'm gonna guess that he can't see me either. And over the noise of the rest of you, probably can't hear me.
Do anyone in the group need me to open an access for them to attack or move in the direction specific? If you need to speak up. I want you to have to bust through my bubble. There will be an opening. There will be an opening towards Magneto, but if anyone needs me to open a space towards the enemy or something like that, just say so.
No, keep that closed.
We need flashlights.
Working on it. If I live.
All right. Initiative. Oh.
Much better.
Alrighty. So you guys are up first.
I guess I better go first, huh?
I would say so.
I'm spending 100 karma just to try this, and I'm going to spend more karma on top of that. Fortunately, I haven't used karma in a couple of games, so I have lots.
Okay.
Not after this, though. Oh,
You need to spend 72.
172, you mean?
Well, 100 for the power stone, and then 72 to get the red result for the first
I
time
will
you've done
spend
it.
it. I will spend it.
All right.
That leaves me 139.
Let there be light.
Until I'm unconscious.
Perfect. So Buzzkill just kind of like concentrates, and then there's like this flash as his energy sheet just kind of lights up. I will say I'm going to treat that like a possible stun on Carnage there.
Like a blind attack, right?
Like a blinding attack, yeah. I mean, he's got really good endurance, but you never know. I roll like shit more often than not. 44, eh? He will be stunned for 1 round.
I love him.
All right. Lowstone's continuing to defend. John opens up a little doorway in his energy sheet there. Pip, what's your strength?
Strength?
Yeah, if you're trying to drag Magneto.
I'm not trying to drag Magneto. I'm hiding in the room.
Oh, okay.
I'm just running in so that I'm not the last place anyone saw me.
Okay.
Like, my goal is to just get past the door and then to one side until I hit a wall. Just because that's not where I was seen last, and I can't be, hopefully, seen from the hallway.
All right. So as Pip runs by, Lowstone, you're like just getting ready just in case. There's another bamfing sound.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here, Chris. Plexi.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I've still got... Oh, there's some light. Okay.
I still got black.
Yep, working on it. There we go. So this other being appears clad completely in some form of armor with like this like vaguely like skull-shaped mask.
We've apparently let everybody in.
And on his turn, he is going to step forward. He's like, he has to die. The future must come to fruition. And then he waves his hand at Buzzkill.
Who said that?
The guy that just appeared.
Is that name tag accurate?
Yes. It's not the normal Marvel look. A 37, so that's a yellow.
37 gets him a yellow?
37's a yellow?
37's a yellow. And you see Buzzkill? Buzzkill kind of folds it in on himself, boop, and disappears.
And the room goes dark.
And the room goes dark. Back around to declarations.
I do not have any idea where Buzzkill is with the helmet, I guess.
You do not.
I'm really sorry about that, but I'm just gonna fly back toward Magneto, grab anyone on my way, and zap us out of here.
If it's a mortis, it's a win.
I'm with John. That shifts Zed shit. So get the fuck out of here.
Class 1000.
Well, it's at least shifts Zed.
Yeah.
So 31 would have done.
I'm keeping the wall up, but I'm trying to grab Buzzkill and Pip and Magneto and Energy Pad the fuck away from here.
Is there any bit of Buzzkill left?
There is no sign of Buzzkill, and he's not showing up on John's sensors.
I'm in the toilet.
Not going straight home just in case they can follow.
Time to go.
Oh, I'm going.
Alright, Lodestone and Pip.
I'm gonna walk in and grab Magneto and wait to be ported out of here.
Okay.
And hopefully win initiative.
Pip, what would you like to do?
I'm going to jump onto Lodestone's shoe and hang on.
Okay.
Or onto his foot and hang on. Because I don't know what the heck is going on, but a bunch of weird lights have been flashing on and off. And people are freaking out, so...
I'll need to find back Buzzkill, but I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. I don't know where he's gone.
That's a next round problem.
Yep.
Alright. Initiative.
Oh my god, I don't even want to roll it. Can't even spec carve on it. Oh shit. I can't even beat it.
So he'll step forward. He's like, he needs to die. The future will not be undone. And then he waves his hand at John.
But John's the guy to get us out. Oh, bye, John.
That is just barely not a red.
Not something I can resist, eh?
It is not. All right. Pip and Lodestone, you guys are up.
I'm hanging on to Lodestone's foot.
I'm going to try to change my action.
Okay.
I'm going to try to take off the collar, take Magneto's collar off.
Okay.
Without breaking it.
It is a yellow agility feat.
Okay, agility is incredible. I need a 61. That's my karma.
Okay.
Oh god, that's expensive.
Yes, that is 57 karma.
That's not great. Okay, then I'll try to take off the collar.
Okay. That would be a reason feat at -1 column shift because you changed your action. But you only need a green.
It's a 46. I'll spend the karma. I'm down to 18, but I'll spend it.
Okay.
Oh, red.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you fiddle around with this collar, you pop it open.
And that's me.
Okay, Pip. Still just riding along.
Desperately hanging on
Right
because I don't know what the
along
hell's going on. But if something happens to Lodestone, then
There goes your ride.
that's hopefully I go with.
Next round.
Declarations.
Declarations.
I'm going to snap this collar on Immortus.
Okay.
It's a Hail Mary, right?
Yep. Pip, what are you doing?
Ah, God. I don't know what Lodestone's planning to do. So I'm going to dash up to his shoulder,
Okay.
climb my way up.
Right. And initiative.
Oh, God.
All right. You guys are up first.
Get a chance. I will admit I have no idea who Immortus is, so...
The name is from an existing character, but this is not that character.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to try to slap that collar on.
the existing character is basically another version of Kang.
Yep.
He's actually Kang in a different part of Kang's life.
He's sounding a lot like Kang.
Yep. Fighting roll.
I will spend my last 8 karma on that.
Okay.
No whammies.
What's their whammies?
70, 78.
78. Your fighting is incredible.
Fighting's remarkable.
78's a yellow.
That's good.
I'll treat this like a bullseye result. That makes sense.
Huh?
So you slap this collar on and it closes around him. Does not seem to affect him.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot.
I figure I could knock him down to like Wondrous or Unearthly or something.
But at the very least, it lets you know with your super high reason that he's not a mutant.
I wonder if he's the senator.
And then he will wave his hand at Lodestone.
And as he does, I'll yell out, "Grandfather, run!"
Oh, he only got a 5.
So that's a green?
That's a green.
Damn it!
Good Lord.
I was really hoping we wouldn't.
You're
go
probably
in.
not far off.
Yeah, basically he fails on a 1.
Oh God!
The old chef said, eh?
All of you, you find yourself kind of untethered from the space-time continuum.
One way to put it.
You know, you're kind of drifting, but you feel something kind of guiding you, kind of nudging you. And as you're like semi-conscious and you're floating, and you can see like eons passing you by. You see, the city of New York. You see a kind of, go from ruins to like the normal city to an old-fashioned city to trees to, you know, like barren rock, and then like molten ground, and then this hand kind of guides you, and it feels like whatever this being did, he shunted you way back in time to the past, way back. But it seems like there's another force that's kind of like pushing you and kind of nudging you. Not gently, not by any stretch. But you do eventually find yourself...
Like you do with a hand. Like, you're not necessarily gentle, but you gotta do it softly because you're gonna smash it.
Exactly.
It feels like that.
You guys kind of tumble out.
At least we're not meeting the Rawhide Kid and Kid Colt and Two Gun Kid.
You guys tumble out into what appears to be modern day New York City. And you hear a voice just kind of as you kind of tumble out of the time stream. This voice that says, "I did what I could. Do what you have to." And Buzzkill, you recognize that voice.
And who's that?
That was the voice of Victor Von Doom.
Ha ha!
That was one of my guess. I'm gonna stumble down like tanks and just try to look around me. What the fuck am I?
Is it our reality or our modern New York City or like what?
None of you guys know. Like it's not the ruined post-apocalyptic wasteland that New York is. Like it is a bustling, thriving city. Like as you guys tumble out, like there's people like feeding the pigeons on the bench. Kind of look over, like fucking superheroes. Like, you know, typical like jaded New Yorkers.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, a lot of that. Like I mean, this is New York City in the MCU. They've been invaded by aliens. You know, there's guys swinging around in their underwears on webs. There's like a sorcerer supreme. You know, billionaires who spend all their money on like fancy toys. Like these guys have seen some stuff.
Yeah.
But I think Lodestone's super smart. Pip's pretty smart too. I think several of you are actually fairly smart.
Trying not to let anyone know.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Probably as the mad scientist of the group, I think I have less intelligence of the group.
Well, that's what makes it mad science.
Yep. Very much so.
You'd have to be crazy to think that's gonna work. Oh wait.
Yeah. But yeah, for Pip and Lodestone and Buzzkill, all of you realize that there's no doubt at all in your mind that you're in the time before everything went to shit. Like,
Awesome.
You are in the time before the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, you know, assassinated Senator Kelly, before Xavier died, before everything that led up to your world happened.
That explains the bell bottoms.
It's not that far back.
Explains the Doc Martens.
Skinny jeans.
But yeah, I think you guys are like, but since I know we have to leave a little bit early, I think we'll end it on that point, because that's a good place to pick up our next sort of story arc.
Alrighty, that's
That was
pretty
awesome.
cool.
as we kind of like dovetail with like the original Days or Nightmares of Future Past, where they went back in time to fix things. Whether you fix things or not is up to you.
I mean, I assume we would go back in time at some point, but
There's so much with this.
Oh boy.
But you guys can now consider yourself to be in like the normal, probably comic booky version of the MCU. So we'll go from there. But I will give everybody 200 advancement karma. And we'll say 75 spendable.
If you give us 76, that'll take us to an even 100.
Fine, 76 then.
Just saying.
Take you to an even 100.
It takes Lowstone to an even 76.
It really does. Yeah.
oh, you spent the 24 you got while we were fighting.
But the important thing that that you guys could piece together is that whoever this person is that sent you traveling through the time stream, and it apparently intended to send you all the way back to the formation of the Earth. He needs Magneto to die to cement the future, he said.
Yeah, that has a lot of implication.
Okay, lots to unpack.
All right, but other than that, we will pick this up next week.
Awesome.
All right.
Great
Thanks,
finale.
Chris. We will see you on the next one.
Yep. Everybody have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Good night.
Thanks for everything.